From the banks of the Great Miami River, the Ohio High School Athletic Association proudly presents Division I Varsity Ice Hockey as the Troy Trojans host the Dayton Knights. Hello everybody and welcome inside Hobart Arena. I am JT Zabo. Tonight, the Trojans and the Knights do battle on this hollowed ice inside the historic Hobart Arena. Tonight, the Trojans coming fresh off an impressive 4-1 victory over conference opponent Cincinnati Elder Panthers in what turned out to be a very rough, physical affair. Most notable tonight are a few changes in the Trojan uniforms, as they're provided by Rival Hockey out of Michigan. Most notably missing is the defenseman, the freshman number 11, Colin Berghardt. He is out serving a 2-game suspension as supplemental discipline from a disqualification he gained last night in an altercation. Also noticed on the Trojan lineup is the 2 captains have finally earned their C's. As you'll see tonight, team captains Kellen Glover and a junior captain this season, Mike McGurk, as we're underway from Hobart Arena. This one won back by the Knights in their gold uniforms with black and white trim. The Trojans sporting their brand new home whites, like we said, courtesy of Rival Hockey. As it's played inside the altar zone, this one brought out on the near wing side. Here's Morgan, fires a shot, rebound on the side of the cage. Nobody was there to get it. And they'll replay back on the near wing. Back and ahead, up to the point. Now back to Hernandez in the far corner. Picked back up by the Knights. They'll work it ahead. Now as Schultz moves it up to the point. Held on at the line, right back into the far corner. As they'll battle along the boards. Stick save made by starting netminder Austin Clark, the junior from Bradford, Ohio, getting the second start in as many nights tonight for the Trojans as Troy is able to get a wholesale change. Here comes senior captain Kellen Glover, but a goal. And just like that, a 1-0 game. And a fresh start as new goaltenders in the crease. There's Noah Carver coming in relief of Austin Clark after one shift. Augustine getting credit for the first goal of the night. Again, head coach Rick Zabo pulling the starting netminder Austin Clark after one goal, and he is having a very intensive teaching moment conversation with the young netminder down low. We may still see him yet in this hockey game. I think this may just be an instance of calming the youngsters' nerves a bit, facing the league-leading Knights. Here come the Knights the other way. Ferguson across the line, dishes it across, but Mahoney couldn't hold on to it. He'll play it back into the far wing corner. As Glover off the short glass and out, the Trojans will get a change. 3 minutes gone here in this opening period. It's 1-0 Alter early. Giving chase was Sexton. Giveaway right back to McGurk as he's able to fire it deep into the corner. Played back around. Here come the Knights. Battling forward out of the corner. Now up to the point. Held on by Hernandez. He'll squirm it back into the far wing corner as the Knights regroup on this breakout attempt. Left wing side. As he nearly had his pocket picked by Gavin Burtis, finally does by Joey Brussel, who's able to fire it deeply into the far wing corner. Wrapped around, back to the point, here's McGurk. With a shot, that one right on. That made it to the goaltender as he was able to make the save, and here come the Knights back the other way. Battling for it down low, there's Burris. He couldn't hold on to it, as this one caroms again. Right back out of the far side. Hit into the corner, played again. As they'll work it up the near side. This one held on at the line by Brussel as he's able to get it back in. Hayes couldn't contain. The Trojans will finish their line change And the Knights checked at the board. Schultz tripped up, no call, as the Trojans regain possession in front of their own bench. Here's Colderbras. Hit off the puck. Long stretch pass intercepted by McGurk as Lang couldn't get it in time. He'll cross the red stripe and fire it in. Played around the Dashers on the near wing side. Trying to work it up to the half boards. Here's Lombardo, a shot. Backhander. Couldn't hold on. And this one will meander its way 185 feet the other way. For an icing call and a little bit of pressure applied liberally to the Alter Knights, causing an icing call now to stop the clock with just under 13 minutes to go here in this opening period. 1-0 Alter if you're just joining us off a quick shot, their first shot of the night, officially registered. As it plays back out. Inside the Trojans end, they'll work it back into the corner. Played out from behind the net and around the Dashers. Here's Lombardo up to the half board. Sexton gets hit off the puck as he'll have to pick up his twig off the ice and resume play. The Knights forced back into their own zone. Outlet pass near wing side, out but not, as Lombardo was able to keep that one inside the Alter zone. And here they come the other way, across the Trojan line, 3 wide. Here's a shot right on, as Austin Clark, back out on the ice for the Trojans, makes a save, and that's got to be a confidence booster right there for the youngster after giving up one so early in this hockey game. Outlet pass now for the Knights, out to center ice. Big head of steam back the other way, cuts through the slot between the circle, had his puck stripped away by Hernandez. Forcing it out was Sexton, and it comes back out to center ice with the Trojans able to settle it back down a little bit. And here's Gavin Burris, centering feed, intercepted but cleaned up by Hernandez, as that one will work its way back out into Alter territory. Hard pass, up and out of play. And another souvenir into the bench, courtesy of OGP, the official game puck of the Troy Trojans. And the face-off will come all the way back inside the Alter zone with the Trojans having last change, throwing out Joey Brussel at the tail end of the line change. As a battle at the dot ensues, finally won by the Knights as they'll work it up on the far side point and out to center. Here's Riley. Tries to get it into the corner and does. Tangles up a little bit with McGurk as Hernandez holds onto the puck against the kick plate in the trapezoid behind the net. Finally stripped back away. Holding on to it into the corner was Burris. Puts the body on the boards as this one's able to be flung out to center ice and inside the Alter zone, giving both clubs a chance for a change. Troy elects to take that opportunity as the long stretch pass ahead for Riley is finally ahead at the Trojan line. Just dumped into the near wing corner. Playing it back, there's Caden Lombardo up the near wing now for Paff. Still trying to play it out of the corner and ahead at the point. Hayes a shot low on the ice. Rebound knocked away by Clark at the last second as there's a loose puck in the slot and a goal. And just like that, the loose puck in between the circles was enough for a slap shot to beat their goaltender Austin Clark to make this a 2-0 hockey game. Approaching the 10-minute mark of this opening frame. Hayes gets credit for the goal as the Trojans will work it out from their own corner. Played on the side of the cage, loose puck in the slot again as the Trojans needing to work on those loose rebounds down low in front of the crease. Both goals nearly identical coming tonight so far as the Knights out of their own zone on the far wing side. Played against the Dashers and a big hit put on by Glover. Right back to Caden Lombardo at the point but not out as that scooped up again. Top of the circle, backhander, bobbled a little bit by Clark, but he's able to hold on. And so with 9 minutes and 17 seconds to go here in this first period, 2-0. The Alter Knights having an early lead Austin Clark was momentarily replaced by Noah Carver in net, but he is back as the Trojans trying to get a little momentum offensively going as DeBras able to fire it down, icing signaled, and icing the call to bring the face-off all the way back inside the alternate zone. And that'll be Quinn Garrity taking the draw. Controlled by the Knights. Big rebound off the glove of Clark. Right back to the point, far wing side. Gets it back. Controlled momentarily by the captain, Mike McGurk. Played ahead. Cole DeBras tries to feed Quinn Garrity with a shot right on and a pad save. Gets his own rebound, but he couldn't get enough twig on the puck to make a difference on that second attempt. As that went off of Cole DeBras' shin pad, the freshman adding a little bit of pizzazz on that last shift as the loose puck picked up by the Alternites and a pad save made by Clark. Bouncing puck hit with a high stick, no call, but they will call it an icing call. And that's good enough to bring the faceoff inside the Trojans' end, but more importantly, a chance for head coach Rick Szabo to calm some of the youngsters down. A very young hockey team this season. 10 new players composed in a Trojan uniform as opposed to the short bench the Trojans had last year in this rebuilding process. And a number of freshmen and varsity rookies on this hockey club. It's always a good confidence boost for sure as outlet pass inside the altered zone. Played ahead and out to center ice in front of their own bench. That one stopped by Cameron Lombardo. Paff hands it off to Caden Lombardo. Crosses the red stripe and fires it in deep as the Trojans will go chase. Back into the far wing corner. There's Cam Lombardo. Picked up a goal last night in that 4-1 victory against Elder. As the captain, Kellen Glover, containing at his own line. Trying to clear, could not. Brussel comes on a big back check right there to strip the puck away, but not out. Augustine on the half boards near wing side. Tries a saucer pass into the slot. Mahoney couldn't get a stick back on it as they'll work it out to the point. This one picked up by Connor Sexton, and here he comes the other way. Sexton overskates the puck, tries to circle back. Knights will try to clear. Here's Mahoney right back into his own corner. Played ahead. Out to center ice at the red stripe. Intercepted by Schultz. He'll push it ahead inside Trojan territory. As that one right back on the half boards. Hernandez, clear but not out. Holds on to the puck. Loose puck picked back up by Joey Brussel at the end of his shift. And casually throws it out through center ice as the Trojans will finish their line change. Right back into the near side. Nearly 10 minutes gone in this opening period already. 2-0. The Alternites in the lead. As the clock has been moving much of this contest so far. Not a lot of whistles to start this hockey game as opposed to the end-to-end action we saw last night. And the physicality we witnessed in the third period last night as the Trojans battle out of their own zone, forcing it all the way down. Icing signaled and icing called to bring the faceoff back inside the Trojans' end. This will be taken on the glove side of Austin Clark. As Ferguson lines up to battle with Cam Lombardo. Getting final instructions from the official. As this one won by the Trojans. Hernandez fires it ahead. Now for Paff on the half boards. Battling down low, trying to contain. This one finally squeaks out to center ice. And inside the altar zone, no icing called. As they'll battle for it down low. Racing for the loose puck was Sexton. Into the far corner, tries a centering feed. Paff tried to get it with a high stick, but luckily he didn't. But here come the Alternites the other way. Here's Morgan, drops it back. Ferguson, a shot, loose puck, bobbles up into the air, and is picked up on the half board. Sent back across. trying to contain, left circle, shot. Hit a stick out in front and deflected back into the near wing corner as they'll battle for it down low along the boards. Still trying to contain. Still digging for it along the dashers. This one right back into the corner is McGurk. Trapping it against the kick plate, giving it off for Paff off the boards and out, and racing for it now is Cameron Lombardo. He's got Sexton on his wing. Loose puck, tried to get the rebound, but he wasn't there in time. And that was a heads-up play by Cameron Lombardo. The sophomore knew he had Sexton breaking on the wing. Sexton unable to get to that centering feed in time. What could have been, but an excellent play right there by the youngster as they'll work it back into the far corner. Played ahead out from behind the net. Battling for it down low. They'll play it up to the boards and out to center ice. 2-on-2 now, 3-on-2 across the Trojans line. There's Augustina drive. That one hit off the high glass. Out off the shoulder of Austin Clark as the Trojans now out with it. Here's Gavin Burris the other way. Burris sets up down low into the near wing corner. He'll play it out from behind the net, centering feed right back out to the point, but Caden Lombardo couldn't contain at the line, and so the Trojans are forced back inside their own zone with 3 minutes and change left here to go in this opening period. 1-0 early. The goaltenders changed momentarily, and then the alternates struck twice for our current score of 2-0. Here's a centering feed down low. Loose puck out from behind the net as the captain, Kellen Glover, plays it around the dashers now to the point. He'll try to hold on. Habel with a shot down low. Loose puck. Trojans trying to collapse in the slot, which is where both of those prior alter goals came from. So you're going to see a lot of traffic as there's a block shot. Kellen Glover goes down, but he's still in play as that one hurt off the side of his foot. John Tortorella would be proud as he's able to force that one in. Trojans get a much-needed line change as played down low as Cameron Lombardo centering feed. Quinn Garrity tried to get it in time. Paff battles along the boards, hands it back off for Cameron Lombardo, but it's finally stripped away by the Knights. Held on at the red stripe. Lombardo couldn't hold on. That'll allow the Knights a line change. And the Trojans will regroup. Near side giveaway by Paff. That one right back to Morgan. Into the corner. Played again. Battling down low. Hernandez held on to it behind the net. And that one again out from the trapezoid now on the left wing side. Up to the point. Knights keep it in momentarily before McGurk is able to fire it all the way down. No icing called. And now the Trojans having an opportunity to get some fresh legs out on the ice as the Knights across the Troy line. Burris on the back check. Work back into the corner. Forcing it back to the point. Here's Morgan. Under pressure from Burris. Walks in. Top of the circle. A drive as that one rebounded off the end boards and around. No icing called. And a gift there from the dasher boards. Allows the puck to escape out to neutral ice. And a little bit of relief for the Trojans as they'll contain at the line. Right back for Cole DeBras. He'll work it ahead for Joey Brussel. Brussel in front of the bench trying to contain. Hernandez steps up to the play and is able to get it deep. Now for Gavin Burris at the line. Here come the Knights the other way. Morgan, 3 wide across the line. Under pressure, fires wide. Rebound, half boards, left wing side. Centering feed out in front. Morgan kicked it away at the last moment as that was Joey Brussel cleaning out the traffic in front of the net. Clark is very slow to get up on that play. Wasn't sure if he was injured or not, but finally gets up, and we have a delayed penalty coming. And that will be a goal. As the officials are going to talk about what happened, Austin Clark extremely slow to get up off of that first initial shot. Not sure if he was injured on the play or not, but he was unable to contain the rebound. A delayed penalty was under effect, and so had the Trojans touched the puck or gained possession during that series, the whistle would have blown. However, it was shot in by the Knights, so the ruling on the ice should be a good goal to give this a 3-0 hockey game, but we'll wait and see for the head official, Jim Boston, to give his official word. And indeed, it is a good goal. 3-0 Alter Knights. And so the Trojans have some work to do. Here's a shot from the top of the slot. Right back into the corner. Contained up to the point. Paff tries to clear at the line, but not out. Ahead now for Cameron Lombardo. One-on-one at the line, giving chase. Here's a long shot, fluttered in, played by the goaltender. And right back to Riley, who's able to clear it back to the point. A shot by Glover. It just missed the net wide. Back into the near wing corner. Here's Paff battling for it down low. Still trying to contain. Couldn't hold on to it in time, as they'll work it back now for Cameron Lombardo. Again for Sexton, tries to jam it in on the back door. Had it stopped by the pad, and now here come the Knights the other way with a breakaway. Back into the corner. Schultz at the end of the period. And so after one period of play, it is the Alter Knights holding on to a 3-0 lead against the Troy Trojans tonight. And so I believe, as we're looking at the information here, one of the penalties will be recorded but not served, as that third goal came during a delayed penalty situation. But in lieu of the penalty, they're going to go ahead and award the goal. So that's the explanation we got from the officials tonight, as head coach Rick Szabo having a very intimate chat with his team. What we've noticed here as we take a look at tonight's keys to the game, we found the legs early. We're able to skate with them. The leadership we wanted to talk about is the two captains finally earning their C's on their sweater, as you see Kellen Glover's right there on your screen. The third box is what we really need to focus on tonight, goaltending. We saw Austin Clark pulled early after the first Alter goal. Rick Szabo sat him down and had a good pep talk. He played well, but two more goals now have gone in at the end of the first period, making this a 3-0 hockey game. And I don't have to say it after last night. If you watched the replay or if you were with us live last night, the Trojans absolutely have to stay out of the penalty box. And they have done just that through one period of play tonight. Coming up on the schedule, the Trojans back at home to continue this 4-game home streak, as they'll host the Beaver Creek Beavers here on January 2nd, a 5:30 start. We'll have that game for you right here on Facebook.com/Troy Hockey. And they'll conclude this 4-game homestand with a 5:45 tilt against the Mason Comets on January 10th. Hopefully you can join us for all of those games as well. And so as we get set to go here, second period action, and we're underway from the historic Hobart Arena in downtown Troy. Glad to have everybody along for the ride tonight on Facebook.com/Troy Hockey. I'm JT Szabo, as the Trojans will battle out of their own zone. Played up the near wing, trying to contain. There's Paff. He'll work it again. Off the far wing side, a shot. That one right on. Played ahead on the near wing. Here's an outlet pass out to center ice. The Knights will work it ahead, racing for it, and wisely covering up is Austin Clark. And the faceoff is going to come back inside the Trojans' end now. And it's won by the Knights. In through the slot, there's a backhander. Wide of the net off the end boards. Played again wide. He'll work it ahead. Still trying to center that one all the way down. Icing signaled. And icing the call. And so the faceoff coming all the way back inside the Trojans' end to be taken on the glove side of Austin Clark. That one worked back into the far side. battling for it down low. Playing on the side of the cage is shot right on. Battling for it again. Still trying to control the puck. The Trojans finally able to clear it out to center ice as Gavin Burris forces it deep inside the altered zone. Touch with a high stick as it's going to be touched up by the Knights first, so no call as play continues with an odd man rush now 3-on-2 into the Trojan zone, left wing side. There's a shot just off the high glass. Rebound on the half boards near wing side. Playing it again. Stopped out in front. The Trojans trying to work it out to center ice. And do as the Knights battling ahead. Hit by Cole DeBras to keep it in, giving the Trojans precious seconds to get a line change out. Work it ahead as he's had a pocket pick by Gabi Paff in front of the altar bench. Played again, left wing side, off the dashers and ahead. Hernandez clear but not out, trying to get it over the blue line. Those 3 feet on either side make all the difference in the world. As the Trojans cannot clear their own zone again, stood up but finally cleared. As Sexton gives chase inside the altar zone. Into the corner, battling down low. They'll play it ahead, out from behind the net. Now on this far side, out to center ice. McGurk quickly fires it back in, and the Trojans will tag up at the altar line and give chase as they'll work it ahead. Here's the centering feed out in front. Paff with the backhander. Works its way back into the far wing corner. Playing it again, still holding on to the puck. Now the Knights on their own half boards, left wing side, a centering feed out to center ice. Working it ahead. Here's Augustine, 1 goal already tonight. Turns it back over, now Sexton with the puck. With a head of steam, gets across the red line and fires it in. As he'll work it back on the left wing side. Trojans complete their line change. As they're centering feed in onside, long stretch pass, drops it back as there's a shot right on, wide of the net. Morgan contains on the half boards and sends it back down low into the corner. On this low cycle, now back to the point, far side, top of the circle, a shot, doesn't make it through as it was hit off the stick of Cameron Lombardo. Now the Trojans try to clear ahead for Cole DeBras, near wing side across the red stripe, and he'll dump it in. Trojans finish another line change, trying to stay fresh, shortening the bench as a centering feed by Brussel, nearly intercepted at the last moment as Hernandez able to hold it in at the line. Right back down low into the corner. Played out from behind the net. They'll work it ahead now, an outlet pass. And a 3-on-2 in the making. Hayes across the Trojans line, a shot and scored! A shot and scored, and the goaltender never saw it coming. That a clearing pass from the top of the circle. And the goaltender, Austin Clark, was back in the crease and didn't even move. And so the Trojans are making yet another goaltender change as Noah Carver back between the pipes for the Trojans. And that one stopped. Dylan Hayes getting credit for the altar goal to make this a 4-0 hockey game. And the faceoff will be inside the Trojans' end. Played for it, here come the Knights. 2-on-2 out through center ice, and across is a big hit on Mahoney, knocks him off the puck as Hernandez holds on. Right back and ahead. Sexton couldn't clear as that one right back inside the Trojan zone. Battling for it is McGurk. Loose puck scooped up momentarily by the Trojans, but lost out through the slot as that one finally picked up by Cameron Lombardo on this outlet pass ahead for Connor Sexton, who quickly fires it in on net. And that one right back into the near side corner. Battling for it down low. Working it ahead on the half boards. Outlet pass is Ferguson. Trying to contain out through center ice. Under 10 minutes to go here in this second period as the stretch pass intercepted by the Trojans. Brussel had nobody to send it to And so Mahoney picks it up in front of the Trojans bench at the end of a line change. He's able to get it ahead. Battling for it is DeBras. Trojans tag up this one right back inside the altar zone. Played around the Dashers at the point. Lombardo a shot, hit off a screen in front. Loose puck on the side of the cage. Couldn't get it in time, as that one makes its way all the way back now on the near wing side. Containing the other way is Morgan across the Trojans line. Left wing corner. Throws on the brakes, gets picked off the puck, and now ahead for Brussel, who's able to force it ahead for Gavin Burris. Burris centering feed now for DeBras, intercepted momentarily as he regains possession of the puck and works it back out through the slot. Hit off the puck again by Morgan. They'll both work him over hard. No call by the officials as the Trojans race back to the line to tag up at the tail end of a line change. Head coach Rick Szabo using a very short bench here and some very tired Trojans out on the ice. We'll bring the faceoff back inside the alternate zone. And then back out on the ice. Cameron Lombardo wins it back to the point, left wing side for Hernandez. Loose puck now for Quinn Garrity. Through traffic, had his pocket picked, and now here comes a 2-on-2 the other way. 3-on-2 at the line, drops it back for Schultz, a drive, and a pad save made by Noah Carver. As that one, again, held on at the line by Habel for the Knights. Ahead for Schultz, knocked off the puck, battling for it down low. With Garrity up to the point, held on, but momentarily lost, and now the Knights forced back into their own zone as Hayes, under double team pressure, sends it across. Now the Knights back the other way. Here's a shot off the high glass. Rebound near wing side again for McGurk up the near wing. Held on by Habel at the line. McGurk finally able to clear it all the way down and icing the call. That'll bring the faceoff inside the Trojans' end. But let's talk about that save by Noah Carver. Freshman goaltender coming in tonight in relief of starting netminder Austin Clark, making an incredible pad save, point blank. So far, the save of the game tonight. As Habel can't contain it his own line, the Knights force back out. Gabi Paff with pressure at the line. Ahead now for Cole DeBras. Getting tied up against the boards. Left wing side sends it around now for Paff into the near corner. Here's Gabi Paff. Couldn't contain. Ferguson strips it away, and now here come the Knights the other way. 3 across the line. Left wing corner. Cutting into the slot, and a save by Carver. Rebound out for Kellen Glover. All by himself now with 2 off a line change. Throws on the brakes. Top of the circle. A shot just wide of the net. Rebound right back to the point as Sexton holds on. Shot in through a shin pad down low. Blocked again by Sexton as Morgan now cannot clear his own zone. Sends it across back on the left wing side and finally out to center ice. Big hit there. Sends it ahead. Ferguson, pad save, rebound, save made by Carver. And now here comes Kellen Glover the other way. The captain is Connor Sexton on his wing as he's picked off the puck at the line. And quickly the Trojans throw fresh legs out as here comes an onslaught from the Knights again. Pad save made, left wing corner. Made by Carver, up the wing, high bouncing puck. Glove down by Morgan in front of the Trojans bench. Finishing a defensive line change for Troy is Linden across the line. Under pressure, still with the puck, backhander intercepted by McGurk. He'll work it up the near wing off the glass, and now here comes Sexton the other way. 3-on-1 for the Trojans. Sexton elects to just fire it in and get a change. Paff plays it back into the far wing corner. Still trying to battle into the corner. Knights strip possession away, and now a long stretch pass out to center ice. Played it ahead. Here's Lance. Hit off the puck to Garrity. Morgan strips it back away and sends it cross ice. Rink-wide feed now across the blue line and in onside as the Trojans regroup out of their own trapezoid, now on the near side. Played it ahead. Garrity trying to battle for it down low. Here's Paff. Can't contain it as well as it's finally hit off the short glass, stripped away by the Knights. And now here's Augustine, a shot. Point blank, 5-hole, and held on by the goaltender. And Noah Carver coming in to this hockey game in relief of starting netminder Austin Clark, has held his own so far in the last 5 minutes of play. As we near the tail end of the second period, it's still 4-0. Alter Knights with the lead as Molly Pawlaczyk skating onto the ice. Fakes off one back as Morgan a shot, loose puck. Finally loose there, referee loses sight of the puck, and finally we get a whistle. That, as Noah Carver had it the whole way. A late hit, I don't believe, will be called on it. And so we'll get this face-off again inside the Trojans' end. Scary moment there for the freshman netminder, who was able to hold on under incredible pressure. Right back now to Morgan. Top of the circle. Into the corner, battling down low. We'll send that one on the side of the cage, and yet another whistle. And Noah Carver turning into a brick wall bit by bit here on that last play. As Trojans electing to use their last change. Throwing on a handful of Trojans. Gabi Paff onto the ice. But it's won again by the Alter Knights. Ahead for Morgan. Hands it off for Schultz. A shot. Loose puck. Battling in front. Was cleared away at the last moment by Burris. He holds on. Ahead for Pawlaczyk. Stripped away from the puck. This one gets behind the Trojans' net as Schultz with the puck left wing side. Curling top of the circle under pressure from Paff. Top of the far circle shot wide of the net. Rebound. Pawlaczyk contains on the boards. Tries to clear, battling for it along the wall, but not out. Morgan's able to maintain possession. Ahead now for Schultz the other way, and Augustine through a slot, a shot, and another shot exactly like we saw the first two Alter goals, all coming on hard high shots from the slot. And Augustine tried to sneak one past Noah Carver, and he said no way. Face off back inside the Trojans' end. This one won this time by Troy around the boards. Now to Paff up the wing for Caden Lombardo. One touch stretch. Intercepted momentarily, but back to little brother Cameron Lombardo. Under pressure, top of the circle, loose puck. Puck is loose again. Scrum in front of the crease. Finally carried away by the Alter Knights. And a close call right there as the Trojans fire it back inside the Alter zone and tag up at the line. The waning moments here of the second period. Alter's able to get that back out to center ice as Caden Lombardo from the blue line fires that one in deep. Couldn't contain off the left side. Poked ahead as Morgan tries to strip it away. He does. Nearly gets a shot off, but Glover was able to contain. As that one forced again now for Riley into the near wing corner. Played off the side. Here's a centering feed through the slot. Denied out in front as the Trojans try to clear. Sexton reaching. Finally gets it across, but not with a whole bunch of energy as now he gets worked over by three forwards. Hable and Ferguson battling for it as well. As Sexton, some blue-collar hockey right there, single-handedly pushing three Alter Knights on his back to keep the puck secure. Excellent effort right there by the senior forward. Played again inside the Trojans' end. Line changes to go around. Ferguson picks up the loose puck and gets hit off. As this one right back to Riley into the corner. Centering feed, couldn't contain. Picked back up by Cole DeBras for the Trojans, and he's able to reach it out to center ice. As Kellen Glover from the bench scoops it up. In onside, a shot wide of the net. Played again, far side now for McGurk. High backhander. And that one's going to go up and out of play against the protective mesh. And another souvenir puck courtesy of OGP, the official game puck provider of the Troy Trojans. And that'll bring the face-off back inside the, or will it? They're going to say the Trojans were the offender on the play. And that one right back. Played ahead. Again off the left wing side. Tries to contain, outlet pass, stopped by Garrity momentarily, but he couldn't clear the zone. Here's Gabi Paff, finally works it out to the line. Cleared but not out. Head back into the far side corner, battling for it down low. Still working on some technical issues tonight, but we do appreciate you sticking around as the Trojans trying to fall from a 4-goal deficit early against the league-leading Alternites. They'll work it back into the near side corner. McGurk overskates the puck. This one picked up off a centering feed. Augustine a shot, but couldn't get much wood on it as this one works its way all the way back inside the Alter zone. Long stretch pass. Nobody was there. Back for Augustine, a drive as that one wide of the net off the end boards. Finally picked back up by Connor Sexton, who's quick to fire it all the way down past Morgan and into the far wing corner. Battling for it along the boards. Up against the kick plate. Back to help is Sexton as Paff works it over on the board, but it finally picked up by the Knights, and here they come the other way. Mahoney just in onside as this one centered back from behind the net, carrying it. Loose puck out in front. Schultz a drive. Rebound. Scores. And so that should be the 5th goal of the night for the Alternites. And on their 13th shot of the game, it's a 5-0 score for the Alternites off a rebound goal. And so Noah Carver giving up his first goal of the night. Coming in tonight in relief of starting netminder Austin Clark. So Schultz gets credit for the goal as Linden racing for it inside the Trojan zone. There's a shot high off the high glass. He'll work it back. Now for Paff, left wing side, trying to contain. Working it against the half boards up to the point. Finally cleared ahead for Sexton. Off the dashers, had nowhere to go, but that clearing shot in on net and paddled aside. As the Knights battling for it down low, centering feed, rink wide. Now here come the Knights, 3 wide across the line. In through the slot, and a big hit on Ferguson knocks him off. Loose puck knocked away by Carver. Loose puck again, but Carver was blocked in the side, and he could not get back in time. And so there was all kinds of traffic there in the crease. Carver struggling to get back to make the save. Had a Trojan diving for it, but it wasn't enough. And the onslaught in front of the net continues as the Alternites pick up their 6th unanswered point tonight. And so as we get back underway, public address announcer Roger Mumpower announcing the goal. As this one works it back ahead, that's going to be an offsides call now. And so the faceoff will remain in the neutral zone. Gavin Burris will go to the draw. I'm an opposite of Augustine, directly in front of the Trojans bench. As this one won back to Hayes at the red stripe, fires it inside the zone. Trojans play it out from behind the trapezoid. Here's Hernandez in around the boards on the near side at the tail end of the period. And that'll do it for 2 periods. The Alternites will skate into the dressing room, holding on to that 6-0 lead After 30 minutes of hockey inside the Hobart Arena, the Trojans will head to the dressing room to try and regroup. And again, don't forget, last night it was a scoreless tie until the third period when the Trojans exploded for a 3-goal lead within 90 seconds. And so anything is possible, and I'm sure head coach Rick Szabo, statistician Bruce Moret, and assistant coach Carl Mick are going to have quite the discussion for the Trojans tonight as we step aside for the second intermission from the historic Hobart Arena in downtown Troy. We will be back after this break to bring you the third period of exciting Ohio High School Athletic Association Division I Varsity Ice Hockey. You're watching Troy Trojans Hockey on the Troy Trojans Hockey Network. welcome you back inside the historic Hobart Arena in downtown Troy, Ohio. Welcome back for third period action between the Troy Trojans and the Alter Knights. Tonight I am JT Zabo. The Knights putting 6 on the board in the first 2 frames of this hockey game. Still plenty of hockey left to play as the scorekeeper puts 15 minutes up on the big board. Teams filing onto the ice surface now, as it's really been a tale of goaltending and what happens directly in front of those goaltenders. When you talk about the goals that happened tonight, almost all of them were shots from directly in front of the net or rebounds very close into the net. As we get set to go here, third period action. And we're underway. Trojans in their home white uniforms, trying to make up for 6 goals unanswered in those first 2 periods. As this one picked up by Hernandez off the fresh ice sheet, sends it ahead now for Sexton at the red stripe and quickly fired on. This one played again. Picked up by the Knights, and here they come the other way. Big head of steam the other way is Morgan. Top of the circle is shot and scores. And a point-blank shot. We just talked about it. Right in front of goaltender Noah Carver, beating him 5-hole to make this a 7-0 hockey game just seconds into the third period. And so the hole widens. We knew this was going to perhaps be the biggest challenge the Trojans face this season. A very offensively powerful hockey club here from Alter has been throwing their weight throughout much of the conference this season. The Trojans included during the first preseason exhibition game on the road in Springfield. As Troy will bring it out of their own trapezoid. Now around on the near wing side. Played ahead, couldn't contain. They'll work it out to center ice as that one's going to make it all the way down. All the way down now for an icing call. About a minute gone here in this third and final period of regulation. The faceoff will come back inside the Trojans' end. Taking on the stick side of Noah Carver is head coach Rick Zambo, putting out a fresh pair of legs. Using that last change advantage as the home club, as the draw. One back behind the net, picked up by the captain, Kellen Glover. Works it ahead. And back again for Ferguson. Stripped off the puck momentarily, played off the side of the cage. Shot, save made by Carver. Loose puck out in front, cleared away before a rebound shot from Morgan is enough. And that took whatever wind was in the Trojan sails right out the building. And a timeout on the ice. Head coach Rick Zabo electing to use his timeout, as I think he felt the same thing I did after that last goal, that it just took all of whatever leftover energy was in the Trojans dissipating quickly. So head coach Rick Zabo using all the tricks in the book, and even some of them that haven't been written yet, to try and rally the troops tonight to mount some sort of offensive comeback. We talked about it in our keys to the game earlier tonight, that finding the legs after playing 2 games back-to-back is always a challenge, especially a physical hockey game like we had last night against Elder. And so a big part of that is just keeping the feet moving. And of course, when you look at the Keys to the game tonight, goaltending, certainly a big part of that puzzle. The Trojans have struggled to find a consistent goaltending tandem much of the regular season here. As we get set to restart play at center ice, Carver heading back to his net. As the Trojans in position. Face-off won by Lombardo and sent ahead now by Hernandez. Played into the near corner. Battling down low behind the net. Trapped ahead, now sent out through the slot, but finally picked up by the Alternites, and here comes Morgan the other way on the near side. Throws on the brakes in the near corner. Playing it out in front of the net, and a sprawling Noah Carver could not hold on. And that was not what you wanted to see. A ninth unanswered goal by an Alter club that essentially can walk in and score at will at this point. Noah Carver sprawling out, unable to recover to make the rebound save. And I would say a good 60% of the Alter goals that we've seen tonight have all been rebounds. Some of which second or third attempt rebounds, as the Alter Knights easily able to penetrate the defense in front of the Trojans netminders. And so the clock continues to meander its way towards the end of regulation, as this one played by Augustine in the near side corner, hands it off for Schultz, centering feed, scores! And that one beat a Noah Carver 5-hole as he was back in the crease on the goal. And I don't know what else you could say about that one. A tough one right there, and we're about to see something very interesting as the Trojans are putting out for the very first time the girl line, centered by freshman Gabi Paff, Maddie Logan, and Molly Pawlaczyk on the wings. And an all-girl line for the very first time in Troy High School history. It's a special moment. You gotta find the 11s, and this is one of those times. And so as we watch Troy High School history unfold, there's Maddie Logan playing it back on the left wing side. Big hit against the boards, knocks it off, gets a roar of applause from the fans in section 29. Pawlaczyk couldn't contain. Gabi Paff giving chase. An all-girl line for the very first time in Troy High School history. Plays it back as the captain, Kellen Glover, dropping back the defense to help out the offensive line. Glover picks it up as the captain will move it out to center ice himself and fires it deep inside the Alter zone. Giving chase is Maddie Logan. Logan into the corner, trying to contain, so is Paff, knocks it loose, picked back up by the Alter Knights, and here they come the other way. Dumps it into the corner, as that one's going to be picked up by Glover. Paff back into the corner, tries to work it up the near wing. Pawlaczyk couldn't stick on it, as this one works its way back to the point as Abel couldn't contain at the line. And the Trojans will get a line change, or at least partial line change, as here come the rest of the girl line. And a historical moment in an otherwise forgettable hockey game, as the very first all-female line combination, as head coach Rick Zabo helping to make a little history tonight in an otherwise uneventful hockey game for the Trojans, as the Alter Knights controlling the score sheet right from the start. Trojans back checking as Morgan brings it in, curls off top of the circle near wing side. Played by Morgan. He'll hold on to it between the Trojan stars, sends it across now for Ryder. All alone, walks in, Top of the circle before throwing it back into the corner, and this one's going to escape all the way down, and now here comes Gabi Paff. Icing waved off as Paff battling for it down low into the corner. Gives it back for Lombardo. Shot through a screen as that one hit off the end boards and back around on the far wing corner. Played around the Dashers. Battling for it out in front. Alter, that one off a stick, and so no icing will be called as Hernandez plays it out from behind his own net. Right wing corner and ahead now for Cameron Lombardo. Off the Dashers and ahead. Here's Lombardo by himself across the line. Throws a shot into the paraphernalia of the netminder. And we get a whistle. And a pretty impressive series there in the last 30 seconds by the Trojans to continue generating offense. And if I had to say, the theme so far is just not to give up. As there's a shot right on. DeBras overskated the puck on the rebound attempt, and so far the hockey gods have not been smiling upon the Trojans with those rebound attempts nearly to the same degree they have with Alter. And so the Trojans forced to tag up at the line. DeBras finally does with a head of steam, and the Trojans will pressure back inside the Alter zone. There's a long centering feed, not touched, and icing the call to bring the face-off all the way back inside the Alter zone. 27-11 are the shots on goal at this point in favor of the Alter Knights. As it's played back ahead. And again, worked ahead now for the Alter Knights, top of the circle, right wing side for Hayes. Hit off the puck down low. They'll work it ahead. Off this hard pass, Hayes, a big hit. Knocks Burris off the puck, and that one's going to be down. Looks like we might be getting a penalty on this one. And indeed, a penalty. Looks like it's going to be what's called. As we wait for the official word from the official, the all-female line for the Trojans back out on the ice to do the power play now, as the Trojans will have a power play. And so this is a Clopay power play, the first of the night for the Trojans. Very few penalties, mostly goals. As the Trojans are now on the Clopay power play for the first time tonight, presented by Clopay, America's favorite garage door. Troy is offsides on the play, and Maddie Logan right there. And so offsides is the call against the Trojans to bring the faceoff back inside the neutral zone. And the draw won by Gabi Paff. Pawlaczyk sends it inside the Alter zone. 1 minute and 34 seconds to go on the Trojans' first Clopay power play of the night. As the captain, Mike McGurk, works it ahead for Pawlaczyk. She's able to get it in as Habel holds on. Centering pass, picked up by Maddie Logan, who works it back into the corner and sends it ahead now for Pawlaczyk. Back down low for McGurk. Fires it in out of the trapezoid. Here's Gabi Paff racing for it, and so is Pawlaczyk in a big collision against the boards as Paff battles for it down low. Trying to contain is Maddie Logan. Nearly picked the pocket clean as the Alter Knights struggling to get out of their own zone and finally do, and now here they come across the Trojans line. Intercepted with a big hit in front of the net as both team captains able to clear out the traffic. And the Trojans are able to clear as Paff sends that one back out to center ice. 43 seconds to go. McGurk is offsides on the play. And the Trojans will wisely get a line change with 40 seconds to go on this Clopay power play. But an excellent effort there by the female line for the Trojans. Again, just the second time in school history that an entire line comprised of females has participated in a varsity hockey game. And so the Trojans putting Cole DeBras back out on the ice. And shot back into the corner. Maddie Logan, also an excellent shifter herself, number 24 for the Trojans, a championship figure skater. Prior to trying out for the Trojans roster at the beginning of this season, had never played competitive hockey of any kind prior to this year, but has more medals and trophies as a top-tier competitive figure skater than just about anyone in this region, and certainly the guts that it takes to put on a hockey uniform and play at this level is something that you can only appreciate. As the Trojans battle down low in front of the crease, could not clear, back to the point, shot right on, big rebound, knocked away, no call on that trip, as DeBras playing out from behind the net. Wrapped around the boards. Shoveled in by Glover. He'll work it out from behind the trapezoid as they'll battle for it down low, and DeBras picks it back up. Works it ahead now for Lombardo at the half boards and keeps it in as that centering feed finally picked off by the Knights, and that'll clear all the way down as we return to full-strength hockey. As the Knights have killed off their power play, they'll bring this one back ahead out through center ice. Racing forward is Cameron Lombardo, getting slashed, still holding on to the puck with that centering feed from backside, is able to get it ahead now for Garrett Paff. Working into the corner, there's Paff. Back into the far side, up the boards, and held on by Hernandez, racing from the bench. He'll dump it back in from behind the net, as Garrity giving chase, strips the puck away, loose puck out in front, stopped by the netminder, back into the far corner. Garrity under pressure, tries to hand it off to Lombardo and does, and a big save made. Rebound back to Paff, right wing side. Again for Garrity, fluttering pass, wide of the net, back off the end boards. This one picked up by Lombardo, near side now, as he'll work it back to McGurk on the point. There's a shot, rings off the dashers and around the boards. Picked up by Quinn Garrity momentarily before the Knights are able to send it back out to center ice in front of their own bench and takes the hit. Catching him on a line change, Hernandez is able to force this one deep inside their own zone. Trojans get a change. Garrity back into the far corner. Can't contain the puck. As the Knights on the near wing side move it out to center ice. Riley has it across the Trojans line and onside. Throws on the brakes and sends it across. Rink wide now for Mahoney. At the half board, stripped away by Paff. Outlet pass out to center ice. Offsides, that'll force the Knights to tag up at their own line. Again for Paff. Finally able to get that out to center ice and hit off of Ferguson's paraphernalia up high before the Trojans bang it off the boards and are able to get a change as the Knights regroup inside of their own bench. Across the red stripe, they'll fire it in. Played back around. Picked up by Hernandez, who wraps it around the dashers. Playing it again, couldn't contain. Icing signaled, and icing the call. And so the faceoff comes back inside the Trojans' end. Trojans putting on a couple additional legs as Lombardo will take the faceoff inside the Trojan zone. And so this one won back off a high pass. Might have hit off a stick in front. Scooped up by the Trojans in front of the altar bench. Here's Connor Sexton battling down low. Big hit there by Kellen Glover. Knocks the puck loose and allows Caden Lombardo to pick it up out from behind his own net. Wraps it around but not out. At the point, shot low on the ice. Doesn't make it through. Top of the circle, picked back up by Glover. And the captain will move it out to center ice across the red stripe and chip it in. Trojans giving chase. As there's a centering feed out in front. Knocked away at the last second. Loose puck out from behind the net. Battling for it was Sexton. Still out of the trapezoid and now on the near side. Containing along the dashers. Working it free against the dashers. That was Sexton. And again, picked up by Lombardo. A hard angle shot. Picks up his own rebound. Sends it out top of the circle. Knights were able to clear, and here comes Riley on the far side. Overskates the puck, picked back up by Lombardo. Now ahead for Sexton, 2-on-1 the other way, and that's stick-sided away. And we have a late whistle from I have no idea where, but indeed it looks like the net was knocked off the moorings to stop the clock. And a good 2-on-1 the other way Sexton had. Decided to send in a hard low shot that was paddled aside. That may have been what helped knock off the post, causing the stoppage. Nonetheless, the Alter Knights will control out of their own zone. Rink-wide feed left side. Out to center ice across the red stripe, and a big hit knocks him into the bench. Gets a reaction from the crowd. As Augustine playing it on the near side, battling down low with Burris. At the point, shot, loose puck, missed just right. Back to the point again. Morgan keeps it in, fires a backhand to Riley. Again, on the point, picked up by Cole DeBras. He's got it, skates with it, gets tripped up from behind, no call, and loses the puck in the process. As the Knights will regroup inside their own zone. Centering feed. As Ryder works it out. Trojans pick that one off momentarily before Schultz has his pocket picked by DeBras, and the Trojans force that one back inside the Alter zone. Centering feed, bobbled into the hands down low with Schultz, but he's able to carry it across the line before taking the hit from Paff as Hernandez wraps it around the board's left wing side. Playing on the half boards, McGurk scoops it up. Fans on the first shot, but not out. Sends it rink wide as Paff tried to stay onside and does. Here's Garrett Paff. Hit off the puck down low. Work back into the corner, off the boards. Fresh from the bench was Glover, who fires it quickly in, allowing the Trojans to finish their line change onside as a centering feed near side. Out to center ice. Across the Trojans line. They'll work it top of the circle, a shot wide. Picked back up by Joey Brussel on the near wing. Ryder keeps it in momentarily. Scooping in with Schultz. He helps out. Trojans unable to clear from their own end as Augustine battling down low into the corner. Still with the puck. Top of the circle. Hands it off on this high cycle for Ryder. Intercepted on the half boards and picked up now by Cameron Lombardo and out to center ice. Offsides play as the Knights were far offside, but no call. Played again, 3-on-2 the other way, drop pass. In through the slide, a shot just wide. Rebound again now for Gavin Burris. 2 across the line, Burris a shot just wide off the end boards and a big kick rebound. Back out from behind the net around the top of the Dashers. Played again, trying to contain. There's Paff, couldn't hold on to it in time. As DeBras scoops it up, centering feed, shoots it, a save made to keep it a scoreless hockey game, sprawling out Dominic Hasek style. Schultz the other way, quickly into the boards. Couldn't contain as Riley hit off the puck. Here's Kellen Glover the other way, and he's quick to fire it 100 feet the other way just as time expires. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. A tough loss. As a 10-0 final from the historic Hobart Arena. Both teams will salute each other, and a very, very challenging opponent here. The league-leading Alter Knights show exactly why they are dominating the Southwest Ohio High School Hockey League this season, and we saw that firsthand tonight. Well, we thank you for joining us tonight on the Troy Trojans Hockey Network, presented by Clopay. Clopay is the official garage door manufacturer of the Troy Trojans. And by Troy Speech Therapy, Courtney Lombardo SLP in the Sherwood area of Troy. And by Rival Hockey. Search for them online at #BeTheRival. And by Pop It Off, gourmet popcorn and ice cream on the square in downtown Troy. By Minster Bank, the official banking provider of the Troy Trojans. By Carl Mick Plumbing, the official plumbing provider of Carl Mick. He's punctual, he's a plumber, it's Carl Mick. And by Harlow Builders, custom homes and more in Troy, Ohio. And we'd like to thank a longtime supporter of Troy Trojan hockey, K9 Creations in Tip City, for supporting Troy Trojans hockey all season long. The Ohio High School Athletic Association reminds you to respect the game, and we saw just that tonight between two friendly rivals on the ice surface. And it's going to be a little bit of a test for the next little bit for the Trojans as you look forward their upcoming games. Of course, you have the break for the New Year's holiday coming up. The Trojans getting a very well-deserved rest as they go 1-for-1 this weekend at home with a win last night and, of course, the loss tonight. Back in action on January 2nd, a 5:30 face-off with Beaver Creek Beavers right here inside Hobart Arena. We will have that game for you live as well right here on Facebook.com/Troy Hockey. And, of course, the 4-game home streak for the Trojans concludes on January 10th as they host the Mason Comets for a 5:45 tilt here inside Hobart Arena. Well, it was one of those nights tonight, and you can't win them all, but we're certainly glad you were a part of it for us as the Trojans falling to the conference leading Alternites 10-0 your final score. For our entire production crew, for Rhino, Riley, John Wyatt, and Lily, I'm JT Zabo. Your Trojans fall in a heartbreaker. Good night, everybody.